Before I start this video, if you guys want to help support our new film Quesadilla, definitely check out the Indiegogo down in the description below. I also have a video up on my channel as well, so if you guys have any questions or want to know more. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this. Well, I feel like this is the perfect time to make this video because the Three Colors trilogy from Krzysztof Kieslowski is coming out next month. And so this might be a good video for people that are deciding, hey, do I want to pay $100 for the 4K of Three Colors? Do I want to pay $40 for the Blu-ray, or do I want to pay $30 for the DVD? Either way you go about it, I think it's money well spent. The Three Colors trilogy from Krzysztof Kieslowski. I had a chance to talk about the Decalogue last year, and now I get a chance to talk about these. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to talk about these for a little bit. I love this trilogy. This is one of those perfect trilogies, you know, like you got Lord of the Rings, The Godfather, Three Colors trilogy. This is one of the best trilogies that you can watch. And compared to the Decalogue, these sets of films have a pretty recognizable cast, I believe, like Julie Delpy from the Before trilogy, Irene Jacob, Jean-Louis, or Louis, I guess however you pronounce it, and Juliette. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. I'm really bad at that stuff. But Krzysztof Kieslowski, I love him. It's pretty blunt, just come out and say I love him. But no, he's a very talented filmmaker. The way that he constructs his stories, like the Decalogue, for instance, where, for those of you guys that haven't seen it, it's 10 separate stories, basically laid out like the 10 Commandments, but you're following different characters, and you get to see other characters from other stories appear in other, it's very crazy. Like, I don't know, it's good how he does it. And even two of them, a short film about love and a short film about killing, he actually turned into full-length features, which I would highly recommend checking out, because a short film about love is perfect. And he does the same thing in the Three Colors trilogy, where there'll be certain characters, like the lead characters, that you'll follow in blue or white or red, and then you'll get to see them appear in the other ones. But he doesn't do it in a very unnatural way. I feel like if you could make a trilogy of films, each film be about a different character, and yeah, it's easy. Throw one of the characters from the last movie or what have you in the story. You know, you can do that. It's easy. But Kieslowski makes it very natural. Like, for instance, without spoiling anything, in Three Colors White, there's a character for the lead character from Three Colors Blue appears in it for maybe 2 seconds. Well, people that watch Three Colors White or have never seen the other ones, well, they probably wouldn't even think, hey, okay, there's the lead character from Three Colors Blue. That's how natural it feels. And that's why I like Kieslowski a lot, because with the Decalogue and the Three Colors trilogy, he makes the world feel real. He makes the world feel lived in. It's very smart, and in a way, it's very poetic. I mean, Kieslowski is a very poetic filmmaker, to me at least. And I actually got a chance to see one of his, it was one of the supplements for Three Colors Red, where he basically announced his retirement from filmmaking, and he said he didn't enjoy being on film sets, and he just wanted to sit in a chair by the countryside and smoke a cigarette. You know, that's kind of surprising, because what I see, especially in these three films right here, is somebody who loves film, somebody who loves stories, somebody who loves to construct, you know, just these very interesting narratives and these characters, these very layered characters, and these very interesting situations. And it's kind of shocking to me that he didn't enjoy being on set, or at least that's what he said. But he retired on a high note, that's for damn sure. Well, the first one I want to talk about is Three Colors Blue. I would recommend watching these blue, white, and red. Now, this film is this woman, she gets in a car accident with her husband and her daughter, and her husband and daughter pass away. Her husband was this composer, and she's basically shutting everybody out of her life, and you're just following her as she does that. There's a little bit more, but I don't want to spoil it, because Three Colors Blue shows, I mean, for the emotion in this film. I mean, you can, at first I was like, okay, this is kind of hard for me, because she just lost her husband, she just lost her daughter, and I was just sitting there, okay, when are we going to get to see her reaction to that? Because she felt very, I don't know, very calm almost in a way. And then as the story progresses, you kind of understand her trauma. And Kieslowski just does a really, really good job, especially with the colors and the cinematography, because each one of these films, it seems like a very Kieslowski thing to do, is he takes you know, the color of the film, like blue, for instance. A lot of people wear blue, or there's specifically where our lead is swimming in a pool, and it's, you know, it's very blue. And this film is very blue. It's a very sad film. This film is very serious. And I wasn't expecting, you know, the ending of this one, or the, you know, sort of the third act. It is best to go into this blind, but Three Colors Blue, very, very good. I mean, all of these are very good, so I might as well not even say that. Three Colors White seems to be sort of the black sheep of these films. It seems like this is the lowest rated one, or this is usually the one that is at the bottom of most people's list. I actually enjoyed this one. This one is very, dare I say, comedic, and it is, and I feel like it's Kieslowski having a little bit of fun, but it's also very morbid, and it goes very deep. This has Julie Delpy in it. Opens up with this couple having a divorce, and you get to follow the husband, the man. You get to follow him as he meets this stranger that doesn't want to live anymore. It's very interesting how this plays out, because, like I said, I'm not going to get into spoilers for any of these, but I've always been a really big fan of, you know, sort of dynamic duos with a younger person and an older person, because you get to see two different perspectives. And this film does that, not for the whole runtime, but it does it, and it does it in a very unique way. Like I said, this is the most lighthearted film of the three. I would say Blue is very sad. This one's funny, lighthearted, and then Red is very, very poetic, but also very serious. This takes itself serious in a way, but it almost doesn't take itself serious, and that's why I really enjoy it. That's why, you know, it's almost kind of a sigh of relief. You know, I mean, even compared to the Decalogue, which, you know, out of all 10 of those, I guess you could say segments. I don't want to say episodes, but I guess episodes. This one is just, it's the funniest. It's the most lighthearted. I feel like this is Kieslowski leaning back in his chair and having a laugh. And it's very interesting because, like I said, tonally, this film is very different from the other two. That might be something that throws a lot of people off. That might be why this is the lowest rated one. But I think this film is very impressive, and it definitely took me by surprise. And last, but certainly not least, Three Colors Red. This film is one of the two films that has a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic. This was also Kieslowski's last film that he made, and this is also regarded as one of the greatest films ever made. I can definitely understand why. This film is just, I love it, and I don't really want to say anything about it just because I feel like it's best to go into this film blind, of course, just like the other two, but I will say this. You will get the most out of this film if you watch these two first. You will get the full experience of this film. I would even argue that these two films are basically just a prologue for this one. Three Colors Red, in a way, it almost plays with time. And I don't want to, it doesn't, but let me explain. So to me, in a way, I feel like it plays with time because there's a section of it where you get to hear Jean-Louis, you get to hear him sort of tell this story that happened in the past. And you're following these two sets of characters. Well, two, whatever. It's very interesting. It kind of threw me off. I'm not going to lie, it kind of threw me off. But the atmosphere of this film is just fucking, holy shit. This film is badass. I'm not even going to say it's magnificent. I'm not even going to say it's perfect. I'm not even going to say it's a masterpiece. This film is just straight up badass. I don't want to say anything about this. Just watch the other two, Blue and White, and go into this, and you're going to get something absolutely special. This film is very, very special. This film ended up getting 3 Academy Award nominations too, by the way, which is pretty impressive because I feel like Kieslowski in a way is kind of niche. You know, not a lot of people talk about him. Especially in the movie community. Well, I mean, they do, especially like art house films and stuff. But yeah, you don't really hear his name too much unless it's sort of associated with this trilogy or the Decalogue. And he's a very talented filmmaker. I mean, like I said, Kieslowski is, you know, he's probably one of the best. And this trilogy is just so good. I am going to go ahead and rank these now. I think it would be fun to do a little ranking. Keep in mind, just because, you know, I have one at number 3, it does not mean that I don't like the film. I loved all 3 of these films. I just have to have a least favorite. Okay, so coming in at number 3, I'm not even going to say last place, but number 3 is blue. This one, you know, I was invested with all of them, but this was the one that sort of caught me off just a little bit. You know, I struggled just a tiny bit, not too much, but just a little bit. Number 2 is Three Colors White. Like I said, this film took me off guard. I really enjoyed it a lot. I like how lighthearted it is. I like a lighthearted Kieslowski. And yeah, I just enjoyed Three Colors White. And then, of course, my favorite is Three Colors Red. This film is just amazing. Just wow. I mean, this film makes the whole set worth it, which, I mean, the other two make it worth it, but this film right here in particular, just chef's kiss. And that is it for the Three Colors trilogy. I'm actually glad that I got to talk about these. I wanted to get this out before it comes out next month because I probably won't be upgrading to the 4K just because I have the Blu-rays, but I wanted to make a video so maybe you guys could make a decision. I do think it's worth it, especially, you know, if you haven't seen the films. I mean, I'd say the 4K is worth it, but also the Blu-rays are pretty good quality. I mean, anytime, the transfers are really good. Anytime you get with a Criterion, you know it's going to be good transfer. I mean, even the DVDs, the transfers are usually really, really good, which is interesting because I think Tuesday, when the announcements come, whenever you're watching this video, I don't know, this is in January, the Fisher King is actually getting a 4K upgrade, and I have the DVD. And I probably won't upgrade because the thing is, I'm not really too dissatisfied with DVDs, especially of older movies. But like I said, usually I try to get the Blu-ray or the 4K if I can. But I don't know how to explain it. I'm fine. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I just wanted to throw a plug in here. If you guys haven't seen the Decalogue yet, I would definitely recommend seeing the Decalogue. If you are somebody that has seen the Three Colors trilogy and you've not seen the Decalogue, definitely see the Decalogue, because I honestly don't think the Three Colors trilogy is Kieslowski's best work. I think it was either the 5th, 6th, or 7th segment of Decalogue, the one about love, the short film about love. I still think that's his best work. That was just beautiful. I absolutely love that segment. Just filmmaking at its finest. And I also apologize if I mispronounce names. The funny thing is usually when it comes to names, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that does this because I hear stuff mispronounced all the time. I usually try to look up how the name is pronounced before I do the video, but then whenever I get recording, I kind of just don't want to, you know, be stagnant for a second, and, you know, I kind of want to keep the momentum going, so I just say the name and say screw it. I would rather just say I don't want to say the name and not butcher it. I'm getting better at it, I think. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Also, if you want to check out our Indiegogo, it would mean the world to us. But anyway, hope you're staying safe out there, and I'll see you next time.